Yo, what's up YouTube? So it's been a little while since I posted, so I decided to go ahead and do a couple more videos just of my current car. If you've watched my other video, I did my current car, which at the time was a 2000 Integra GSR. That car, I traded it, and then I got an Eclipse. Anyway, so I traded the Integra for an Eclipse Spider GST. Very nice car. It had AC. It was a good daily because the Integra didn't have AC, and I needed something I was a little more comfortable to drive since I live in Florida, and it gets a million degrees outside, which it is outside right now. So I got that, and I drove it for a while, but it had a few issues. When I got it, the guy told me the slave cylinder was the thing that was a problem that leaked, and it turned out it was the master cylinder, and it leaked into the car. And it must have been leaking for a while because the whole driver's side carpet was completely soaked in brake fluid, like wet. And he had a rubber floor mat over it, and I didn't think to look under it until I got home and realized that was the issue. So the driver's side carpet was pretty much ruined. It needed a new carpet. I did the best I could to vacuum it, shampoo it once I fixed the master cylinder, but it didn't help. So that kind of bugged me about the car, and suspension was completely blown out on it. So I posted it up for trade just to see what I would get as just something that was a little more friendly, because I have a 7-month-old son, so I wanted to put him in it. Something that was 4 doors, and I traded it for an Infiniti M45, which was a great trade. I feel like I probably made out better on that end, but that's what I have now as a daily. And now my new project car, I decided I wanted to try drifting. I love to watch drifting. I go to Orlando Speed World to watch the guys out there drift, and it's just a ton of fun. So I wanted to find a car that I could drift, and I wanted to do something different. And I thought about getting another Mustang, a V8 car anyway, but it had to be the right one, right? So I was looking for a certain car, and I found one, and it is, let's see here. This is pretty much my project car now. The Infiniti is over there. It's got a JDM front end. I'll do a little video on it next time. Great car. I love it to death. Everything works on it. Cruise, AC, all that good stuff. But this is a project car. It's a 94 original GT. As you can see, it's still got the emblem on the side of a GT Mustang. But it's actually been swapped from the original motor for a 302 carb setup motor. So this, from what I was told, was bought from someone that was a complete motor. It was in their track car or something, so it was already assembled. It's got mild cam in it, GT40 heads, full exhaust. So it's got some good parts on it. Holley carburetor, 650. Double pumper, so it should make decent power to drift it, to slide it. I haven't had a chance to yet since I bought it not running, and I bought it from a guy out in Orlando and had it towed back home. And once I got here, I kind of looked it over really quick, and it would turn over, but it wouldn't fire. It would just turn over. And he thought it was something with the fuel pump, but you could hear the fuel pump on because it has an external fuel pump and it's really loud, so it didn't make sense to me. And I noticed, because he thought it was a distributor, and the distributor looks new, like he tried to replace it already, and maybe he did that and just kind of gave up on it because he put a lot of money into it suspension wise. I'll show you that stuff in a second. But this wire, I noticed just the corner of my eye, this black wire, the old connector, it had broke right here, and the connector was still there, but the wire was hanging like down here. So I grabbed a new terminal, as you can see, put it on there, and it fired right up, and it ran okay. I've had issues with it running, which is what I'm running into now. I had a timing issue. I figured that out and got it fixed. Now it's flooding the carb and boiling the gas, which I talked to a few people that run like carb motors and stuff, and they said that it's possibly the fuel line was too close to the header. It's not super close. But I guess it's close enough. It does get pretty hot, so I tried to heat wrap it with just some spare heat wrap I had laying around to see if it'd help at all, and it didn't. It idles fine. I can start it up and it'll run, but the second I do a pull or try to give any throttle, it dies. So what I have to do now is relocate the fuel line and the regulator, and try to see if I can get it away from the header as possible. And what I'm actually going to do as well is eliminate the AC stuff, which I don't know why the AC stuff is on this car. To begin with, it doesn't work. It was never meant to be a daily. It's meant to do a weekend warrior drift car project thing, so I don't need AC on it since I have that car to drive as well, and my wife has her car too. So I'm going to get rid of all these lines since they're kind of in the way anyway. Get rid of this stuff, and then also get rid of that silver canister there. Will go away, and that'll free up a lot of room over there, and I can maybe move the regulator, mount it up there, and just have it come straight off the fuel line up into the regulator, and then right into the carburetor fuel. So we'll see. But the car itself, we'll give some more info on it. It does have like an angle kit on it. I'll see if I can get under it and show you. It's got Cobra big brakes on it, and it does have let's see, you can kind of see the angle kit. It's good for some good angle. It's got coilovers on it. Sucks though is the power steering rack's completely shot and leaks, so it goes through power steering fluid pretty quick. So it's got that. It's got the rear coils on it as well, with upper and lower control arms. See if I can get to show you that stuff too. So see there, it's got the rear coils, and then it's got the upper and lower control arms on both sides. So it's got an upgraded diff. It's 373 gears. It's still in the stock 5 T5 manual trans. Interior, it's completely gutted, as you can tell. It does have a Hydra e-brake in it. It's got energy quick release steering wheel, which sits a little far out for me, but I don't know. I'm about to get a seat for it, which I'm gonna try to pick up soon, but for now it functions. So I have a few little minor things to do on it, like the wheels. I gotta figure out which ones I want to run, because he gave me a bunch of drift burner wheels, which he gave me 6 of these Cobra R's, and I have the other 2 matching for the Bullet rep wheels. So I have a bunch of different wheels, but I want to figure out which ones I want to run and the tire size and all that stuff. But for now, I have a bunch of little things to do. Like I need to eliminate the AC system. I have to figure out what I want to do with the windows, because the windows don't roll down at all. They're power. The passenger doesn't work, but the driver, I figured out the motor works fine, because this switch here, I can put power directly to the terminals, and I can get it to roll up and down, but the passenger side still won't. So I might hook this to a toggle switch or something to get it to go up and down. But I want to try to go out to a couple of drift events if I can, but I just have to get it dialed in and running right, and I'm kind of learning as I go. So but yeah, that's kind of the new thing. I'll be posting videos as often as I can about it. I don't have a huge budget, since most of it went into the car. You know, it already had most of everything I plan on doing to a car. Once I got it, it was already done. The guy drifted this. He had videos of himself drifting it. So so yeah, I'll post videos as I can, but a lot of it's just going to be me working on it. And trying to improve some stuff. I have to maybe figure out a better throttle spring, since it's just tied down with a bolt. And this is a little loose. I gotta figure that out. And the plug wire, it needs new plug wires, because it has GT40P heads, and they're notorious for having a problem with the header being too close to the plug wire, and they melt. As you can see, some of these are melted. So yeah, so I mean, a bunch of little things, but I love it. It's fun. I'll try maybe get it running later, start it up so you hear an idle. It's got a nice cam, sounds good. I just have to get it dialed in, get the fuel system thing figured out, why the carb's flooding, and go from there. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.